Starfleet Underground. Every week, we'll take a look at the latest Star Trek news and then check out a current or classic episode of Star Trek. Enterprise encounters a strange radiation from a trinary system affecting everyone on the ship except T'Pol. Archer gets writer's block, Trip goes chair crazy, Hoshi cooks for perfection, Phlox gets a radical solution to Travis's headache, and Reed gets tactical.
Okay, we have a lock on him? Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Scanners show that he's being surrounded by all these Ferengis right now.
He's the only human aboard. It's locked.
Yeah, we got it. Okay, beam him aboard because I heard, the world is my oyster, which was, well, first I get a test. Yes, Doc, get the room ready. Ship-wide communication, please. Jeff, are you aboard?
I am. Thank you so much.
Dude, you don't try to cheat Ferengis in their home area. That's not a good thing.
You know what? I have a bit of a problem. I don't learn lessons very easily.
Well, the casinos are definitely not the place.
Apparently, you ran up a tab in the Dobble table and the Hello Suites.
Look, this very nice girl came up to me and she promised me a lot of things. I was trying to impress her, and I didn't know that she was the Ferengi's second cousin's niece waitress friend.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell by the naked Ferengi in front of you?
All nakedness is good for me. It's fine.
Hold on. I just got something on long-range sensors. Chief, could you put us in cloak the ship, please? In stealth mode? They're coming after us.
Okay, we're cloaked.
Outstanding. Okay, I know the light is on, Dot. I know this went out ahead of time, but I've given up on trying to get the show to start regularly, so there's that. As you may have heard, everybody, we do have a guest, and we'll go ahead and introduce him in a moment because we just rescued him. First off, we need to get something out of the way. This show is not for minors. If you're under the age of 18 and you're happening being listening to us, we can hear you snickering. Stop. Go away. Don't listen, or we're going to have Section 31 is going to come and they're going to shrink your naughty parts and they will not grow back.
You said we were going to have sex, and I was like, what?
No.
I'm like, no,
not
we're not.
That happened.
Did you get excited?
Not on this show.
No.
I'm like, no.
I just thought he said that the show's not for minors, but the mining people are welcome to listen to our show. Mine whatever facility you want. Dilithium, crystals, it's okay. Go ahead and mine that stuff and listen to our show. It's okay. But if you're underage, don't listen to our show.
Don't listen to us because we're not made for you. And if you are prudish or ultra religious, don't listen either because you're going to get easily offended.
Well, I do have a mining kink. It's the hard hat, so I'll fit right in.
Yeah, we heard you like to put your hard hat down the deep hole, so there's that. We're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. Next, first off, we're going to do introductions before I get into the rest of our paying our bills here. My name is Captain Nathan Adams aboard the USS Butler. We're currently cloaked and running away from the Ferengis, which is a cool thing. And we have a full complement of the crew here today, as well as a guest. So first off, for saving the guest for last, we're going to go ahead and introduce my intelligent, wonderfully wicked science officer.
Hi, I'm Heather Ferris. I'm the science officer. I don't know how intelligent I am. I got mixed up with the Ferengi before, and they threatened to, smash my kneecaps, smash my fingers, cut off fingers. It was very intimidating. I don't think I ever want to be in that position again.
Oh, that's why we're not going to let you go back there either. So there's that.
But you get in all sorts of positions, Heather, from what I understand.
Wait, who have you been talking to? And yes, they are right.
Speaking about people who love getting into different positions, my number one.
Hi, Patrick. I'm number one. I'm the computer guy and the foreign species liaison. And don't listen to what you've heard because I don't get into a lot of positions. I'm too old for that crap.
He is also our master corrector. So there's that.
Well,
so
if you guys weren't such idiots, I wouldn't have to correct you.
We do that out of kindness of our hearts to keep you in a job for corrections. So there's that.
Sure.
And of course, the winner of the O'Brien Award, the person that makes us go and makes us feel like Pakleds, is our chief engineer.
I didn't know you guys felt like Pakleds.
You make us strong.
Because you make us strong.
Red alarm. Red alarm.
I know you sound like them. I just didn't know you felt like them.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rocky. I'm the engineer of the show and the ship. And just have to shout out really quick. Somebody from the Twitter world emailed us. His name was Shawn, and he actually did the homework and wanted to know where to send the homework to. You send it to the collective at starfleetunderground.com, and he wrote a whole friggin' email. I want to read some of it to you guys.
But that's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty. And, just like tease Jeff's introduction a little bit longer here. Hang on, Jeff.
Go for it.
We're talking about Shawn here. He wrote to gentleman and a lady and also to Dom. So he even included writing to Dom, one of our Patreon listeners.
Wait a minute, there's a lady on board?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what this lady thinks about.
Excuse me.
Anyway,
there's no excuse.
He finished binging Enterprise a couple of weeks ago, and he was really happy that he rediscovered and rewatched it because on his original watching, he stopped watching in the third season when he hit the episode North Star, which is that one where they had the Western motif going on. Anyway, season 3 does get a little bit interesting and wacky, and yeah, I can understand jumping away from that episode, although I kind of liked it. But I like all of them. He had a coworker friend that told him, you should really watch Enterprise all over again. Just go to rewatch it. And he eventually got, convinced. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll rewatch it. And he actually rewatched the entire thing, except he did skip over North Star for the second time. So I guess he really hated that episode for some reason. But he incredibly enjoyed his rewatch otherwise. And he wanted to thank his coworker friend that recommended to rewatch it. But the person passed away a few years back. So I thought that was just a darling story.
I'm so sorry.
And really happy you could rewatch and re-enjoy it. And, all Trekkies know that if you get a chance, you're going to enjoy it. And we all know what it's like to enjoy some Star Trek, except for Heather, who doesn't seem to like Enterprise so much.
I'm impressed he lasted all the way to season 3 before bouncing, because I was going to be like, are you guys going to tell me it gets better after this?
It does get better.
Season 3. You have 25 episodes in each season. That's 75 episodes to get through.
Seriously, it does get better.
And I slowed down in season 3, but yeah, it does get better mostly. But I kind of got sick of the whole, that whole, whatchamacallit thing against the guys with the funky antennas and things. But not the Andorians, but the green guy.
The Xindi.
The Xindi, thank you. The whole Xindi thing kind of...
Yeah.
I thought it went along a little too long, which is kind of overburned on me. And then I also had to work at some point when this was before we had TiVo, so I couldn't just easily re-record. We could record tapes, but I wasn't programming tapes at that point to record stuff. So I kind of missed a whole season and a half's worth of Enterprise originally.
Well, eventually we'll be able to get to it and continually to torture Heather. So that would work.
Yeah, well, we have plenty of episodes ahead of us.
But anyway, shout out to Shawn for writing in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you.
That's very cool.
Thank you. That is indeed awesome. Next is we're going to go ahead and talk about our guests that we went ahead and rescued from the Ferengi. And we can actually slow down our warp now because they're not going to be able to find us since we're cloaked. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm a fun rogue who occasionally has problems at a casino.
And rumor has it that you have your own podcast out there in the world, don't you?
I do. So myself and my friend David and Phil, we run the Nerd Trek podcast. We're doing a full watch through of all Star Trek. We had the group of you on a long time ago. I don't remember what we were doing. And then we just had Heather on recently was it TOS? I don't remember what it was. Right? I mean,
it was the next gen. It was the next gen, wasn't it?
It must have been like first or second season.
We did the First Contact.
Yep. Yeah. And then we had Heather on to watch the film First Contact.
Which, by the way, I just have to say, I saw on Twitter that they did a whole post of Lower Decks coming out and they had a picture of Tendi. She was wearing a hat and it was the same hat Cochran was wearing. And the only reason I know that is because we just watched First Contact for your podcast.
It all comes back.
You kind of recognize things like that.
Oh, absolutely.
So she was wearing a cock ring? What?
On her head.
It would be on someone's head.
Well,
if I had known that you were podcast royalty, we probably would have got there faster.
Me? Oh, fuck no. Sorry, can I say that?
Okay. That's why we already told the kids not to listen.
Curse all you fucking want.
Sweet.
So you can sit there and go fuckity fuck the fuckity fuck. And
God damn it, motherfucker. What the motherfucking... Yeah, you're good.
Heather is a delicate flower.
When she's working out,
nasty sounding delicate flower.
But don't get her mad if you go into where she's working out in the holodeck and says, "Oh my God, Heather, you're sweating." She'll give you the evilest look and goes, "Women don't sweat, we glisten."
And then I'll run up to you and put your head in my glistening armpit.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Even with the emergency medical hologram, it still took like a week before that smell went away. So please don't do that.
It's a must.
So thank you so much for being on board.
Of course. No, thank you for having me.
I'm forced to shower. Sorry.
It was definitely nice to get you on board, and hopefully the dots will treat you properly. Just a little bit of a shout out to the people that keeps us going. Thank you for all of our Patreon people. I mean, we wouldn't be able to spade and neuter the tribbles and send them on the little away missions and provide you with nudes of the crew. So that may or may not be real. The only way you find out is if you sign up. So there's that. So thank you. Also to Section 31. I mean, they stop appearing in Heather's room in the middle of the night once we put those inhibitors in there, so they don't show up. However, I do hear they do show up in Patrick's room from time to time. So I heard that they seem to time their arrivals when he's taking his sonic shower. And we found out once when we upgraded the security system. So, I forgot to tell you, Patrick, they like to appear when you're in the shower. I forgot to tell you in the last staff meeting.
I mean, if they want to make themselves sick, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, apparently they're not. They bring something called a Orville Redenbacher popcorn bag. What is Orville Redenbacher? Was he Starfleet?
Isn't that like a Papa class ship?
I think he was a peeper.
He was a peeper. That makes sense. Orville Redenbacher peeper. I wonder what flavors they have. Well, at any rate, once we have all that out there, first off, we're going to go into any corrections.
Let me check subspace here. Just a moment.
Are we flawless again? Say yes.
You guys are perfect.
Everyone except Nathan.
Aw, thank you.
So, yeah, because, I am not perfect. I am perfection perfected. So there's that. So no corrections. Outstanding.
We're
next
perfectly
we're gonna have
imperfect.
There you go. I'm so good that even my mistakes are perfect. The news of the week.
Thank God I'm sitting with my legs up on my chair because that shit's getting deep in here.
Well, you're doing the Boimler. Your legs are up on your chair and behind your ears.
He's cleaning the hologram filter again.
For those of you that are not aware, the word news came from anything that you want to hear that's coming out north, east, west, and south. So we're going to go ahead and hit the news. And the first person who's going to regale us with what they were able to find is my science officer.
Hi, Captain. So this week's news, we got a response from Gene Roddenberry's son, responding to Shatner's remarks about his father rolling over in his grave. Rod said, quote, I think you would be very proud of the new Trek episodes. They've nailed it, and fans are going crazy for it. I'm so proud of all the creators. They've done an incredible job.
Outstanding. I think so as well.
Yeah, so booyah, Shatner.
Yeah, really.
Well, I mean, the dude doesn't even watch his own Star Trek series. So
I'm pretty sure.
How the hell is he going to be watching Strange New Worlds? I mean, shut the fuck up, dude.
I'm pretty sure he's happy to watch himself.
I got into a big old fight on Facebook. This guy, I posted that story and I'm like, suck it, Shatner. Or I said, suck it, Bill. And this guy was like, well, it's very well documented that Gene didn't like blah, 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 blah. And Rod only started being interested in Star Trek in the last couple of years. And I'm like, next. And he's like, wow, you're a dick. And I'm like, yeah, well, if you were accurate in your statements, I might not have to be a dick. So shut the fuck up. And then he's like,
I thought you were just going to be like, yep, I'm a dick.
No, he tried to come at me with like, oh, well, what is, and I told him, I said, I'm not going to look up the information for you. If you can't fucking do a Google search and get the correct information, then you need to fucking, go away. Then he started getting into it with another friend of mine on my page. And I was like, you're a fucking twat.
Oh, and you still didn't get banned.
Nope.
Usually you get banned by the time you say twat.
Instantly.
Well, I said that in my head. But I didn't say it out loud.
Ah, okay. You can't use the twat word or the other variation that starts with a C.
He's learning. Twitter's banned him enough times that he's finally learning.
And Facebook has put him in Facebook jail enough times. Yeah.
Aw.
Just a couple.
Every weekend.
No, it's been a long time since I've been banned on any of the sites. So there you go.
Well, this is true.
Wait, what's your definition of a long time?
It's been over like a year and a half, I think.
Oh, okay. That's pretty long.
We just got a communique from him, so hopefully he's going to respond properly. Hold on, let me put it on shipwide. Okay, Shatner, you're on.
I love your show.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love that.
So he does. You heard that? Even with this stuff that we gave, he still loves us. So that's cool. Okay,
Next.
I guess we can continue with the news, which is you. See how you are? You are next. So what do you got for us?
News-wise, okay, so Star Trek Las Vegas, or the 56-year mission, as it's now called, Saturday is all sold out, folks. So if you want to go, you're shit out of luck. Because Saturdays, there's no tickets for Saturday. I think there's still tickets for Friday and Sunday, but Saturday is completely gone.
But you can sit out by the bar and watch all of us talk about what fun we had inside. So there's that. But other than that, yeah, you're not going to be able to get in on Saturday. So sorry. But if you happen to be at the bar, you'll be able to see there's 3/3 of the crew. Chief engineer will be there. My number one and myself will be somewhere at the bar from time to time. So that's
I'm going to be on Away mission doing some science stuff. We ran out of time crystals, and the captain really likes them in his coffee. So I got to get some more time crystals.
Yeah, because I really get a thrill going to song there. Time crystals in my coffee. Time crystals in my coffee. And so that's good.
You're
Chief.
so lame. I bet you think this song is about you.
See? I knew he was going to say that because time crystals.
You're so lame.
Chief.
Yes.
News?
My news. I was looking, I got this one right off of Twitter this week from @AirInSpace. There's big news for Star Trek fans. They hashtag Star Trek. Wonder why. The studio model of the Starship Enterprise is going to return sometime soon. In fact, sooner than anticipated. We're talking about the 11-foot model that was used in the filming of Star Trek, the original series. Yeah, that one. It'll be back on view.
Oh, cool.
When the Air and Space Museum reopens. October 14th.
I had a chance to see it when it was still decrepit. I'm going to love to see it when it's fully done. Oh, man, that's going to be friggin' awesome.
That's so
Is
cool.
it only something you can look at, or is it something you can
can't
actually
touch it.
sit in the captain's chair and,
No.
It's an 11-foot model, so the captain's chair is probably about an inch tall.
Yeah, it's in a glass case.
And it's inside.
Yeah, it's in a big-ass glass case.
I was thinking it was like the bridge that they have at STLV where you could sit in the captain's chair. That's what I was thinking it was going to be.
No, not the set. It's not the set. It's the actual model, the ship.
The actual ship.
Hero
the film
model.
ready one. The
It's
hero.
11
Yep.
feet long. It's bigger than your car. It's a
Wow.
Starship model.
Yeah,
Okay.
11 feet. That sounds about right. So that's
I didn't
good.
realize it was that big.
It's impressive, isn't it?
That's what she said.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, next for news is, of course, I think you have some news to share with us, don't you, Jeff?
I do. It's going to be a shameless promotion for myself and for you guys. Myself, David, and Phil from the Nerd Trek podcast will be at the 56-year mission in Vegas at the end of August. And on Sunday, we are hosting a panel discussing podcasting in the Trek fandom. And Rocky will be joining us. So thank you for doing that. I will buy you a drink.
Ooh, awesome.
And I'll give you a shirt.
And a shirt, too. Wow.
And a shirt. Yes.
You hear that?
Swag, baby.
You know, once you get the shirt, we're going to have to rush up and touch you because then you are a legend.
Yes. You will be part of podcasting royalty in my own head.
Cool.
So that would be so cool. Once again, the winner of the O'Brien Award and a Nerd Trek t-shirt and a drink.
Absolutely.
And just rocking up the shelf space. So that's really friggin' cool.
That is so awesome.
Star Trek Prodigy. Everyone loves Prodigy, and Star Trek Prodigy, unfortunately, we've been yelled at by the cast. They can't listen to us because they're under 18.
Oh, man.
So even though we review the show and everything else, they really can't.
It's good, though, because some of the things we've said about Rock Talk,
yeah,
totally inappropriate
it's not
for
good.
the podcast.
No, it really isn't. And Gwen, yeah, I can't keep telling her get older. But at any rate, executive producer Aaron Walke, who appeared in Trek Movies All Access podcast, said the tone is going to change a little bit. He's asking, will the tone change a little bit from season to season? And he says, of course, because they're growing up. And we want our characters to grow up. We don't want Bart Simpson to be 8 years old for 20 years. We want the real event of Star Trek to happen in the canon to have an impact on our characters too. And there's some stuff coming up in the 2380s that we're just not going to ignore. So we get a chance to see Del and all of them begin to mature and get more experience. I liked his character arc and how he started to realize he can't do shit on his own. That he really has to listen and go with the crew.
Well, the cool thing about that is the character matures. They end up doing completely differently wrong things.
Well, that's the whole joy and fun.
Just like The Simpsons, it was kind of annoying seeing Bart Simpson be 8 years old for 20 years. Like, I would have loved to have seen him grown up. Same with Lisa. That was the whole thing.
I mean, they even did a South Park episode where everyone was growing up. So that was interesting.
That was a trip.
Yep.
Hold on. I know I'm excited about it, but why are you bringing me a sock? It's not that type of excitement, Doc. No. Get out of here.
Oh, jeez.
What the hell? No. And I don't care if it's Patrick's sock. I don't want any socks. Gross. Just go.
If you lose any socks in the laundry on the ship, we may have a theory about where it went.
Yeah, I think the dots are doing all of it. So if anybody knows what the homework was, it was supposed to be on watching Patrick pronounce it for me because I haven't had my Time Crystal coffee. What's the name of the episode?
Well, fuck if I know.
I don't think it was that. I don't think it was the name of that.
Is anybody paying attention what episode we watched this week?
Yeah, it was season 2, episode 9, Singularity.
That's it.
Oh, okay. I was hoping I watched the right one.
You're going to say season 2, episode 9. The fuck if I know.
No, that was Patrick.
Okay. All right. And of course, people love our science officers, so we'll dive in it.
I will do, Captain. Thank you so much. It first aired on November 20th, 2002, so 20 years ago. And
damn.
Right. And the teaser, that black hole bitch. As Enterprise falls into a black hole, the entire crew is knocked out with only T'Pol to save them. And she's currently dictating her last will and testament.
That was kind of weird because you see this for the first time. Everybody's sprawled out on the deck and she's walking over them basically saying, yeah, we're fucked. We're going to die.
Oh, and it's she's like, we're done.
Yeah, but it's like in my mind, immediately I understand the gravity of it, but it's like what communications is down. Only Hoshi knows how to work the comms. Can't you get somebody to help? What's going on?
It was nap time. We were all taking a group nap. Nap time.
Seriously, I didn't see any juice straws.
As number 2, doesn't she know at least some of the crew members' jobs, like how to pilot the ship or what to do with security?
Thank you. That's the thing that I was thinking of. So I don't know. It's like everybody's gone, so I might as well lay down and die. It's like, you're a Vulcan. How come you can't raise comms, get another ship to help? But I guess it wouldn't be a storyline.
You're on a spaceship out in the middle of nowhere, and you're telling me you only have one engineer that knows how to run the ship or one pilot that knows how to pilot the ship?
Yeah, but I have an idea on why later on, when we get to that part, I'll express my thing of what I think might have happened and why she did it.
It's the same problem that I have. You can only be in so many places at the same time. Mm-hmm. You know,
well, that's what time crystals are for.
Is that why you invented the portal gun?
No, because you still end up in another place at the same time. You can't be in the same place at the same time. I mean, you can step 1 foot in, but next thing you know, you're all the way in, and then you're still in one place at the same time.
Computer cancel replication hologram of Captain Nathan Adams. Yeah, I can't be in 2 places at the same time. Just kill that whole process. Okay, erase files, erase backup.
They don't have holograms on Enterprise. It's too early.
Wait, what was your
they need some.
What was your hologram self used for?
Never mind. And I already did the erase. Son of a cancel erase. What do you mean it can't cancel erasure? Damn it! I'm gonna have to do this all over again. Yeah. Okay, but that was right. That you gave a good point there, Chief. Yeah. So, Jeff, what do you think about the teaser part of it? Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, no, I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, I was like, especially this kind of being the early adventures of like them being in deep space. Like, you think more people would know more things. They like, you can run multiple stations if something fucking happened. Like, yeah.
Right. Like, they're in enough space battles. If someone dies or is knocked out, I would hope to God that, someone else like the captain or number one would run over to weapons or would run over to the pilot and take over, Yeah. If they don't, we're sort of shit out of luck and stuck in space. That's not good.
Yeah. And there's got to be different shifts, right?
Yeah.
Like a B shift, a C shift, or like an assistant engineer.
Exactly. You. And could you imagine an episode where the weapons person is knocked out and the captain is like slamming his fist on the console? I don't know how to shoot.
Red alarm.
They'd be so screwed.
They would be.
It would. Okay, I guess we can go to the next section since this teaser was short. Oh, yes.
Before we go to the next section, I am pissed off that Paramount does not have a skip intro button. I just have to say this. It really bugs the living shit out of me.
For the record, they do not have they don't have a button.
They do not. Like, that's almost worth canceling my subscription. Oh, really?
That actually might be my fault because I told them how much you hate it and to please remove the skip for the intro so I can torture my science officer for the time she made me that cake and it wasn't made with the stuff I thought it was made from.
Oh, you've done it now. I am going to cook every meal of yours from now on. I am so mad.
I had explosive diarrhea for 2 weeks and was severely dehydrated. So... that was not good.
Just wait till they remix the theme song.
Thank you.
When they remix the theme song in the 3rd season, Heather's going to flip her fucking lid.
Oh, she is.
She is. Okay, I guess we can go to the next section.
Hi, Captain. Act 1. More pepper. It needs more pepper. 48 hours earlier, Trip and Archer want to take a selfie with the black hole, but they get too close to the edge and fall down a rabbit hole. Slowly, everyone on the ship becomes obsessed with an insignificant task. Hoshi is consumed with cooking a flawless meal. Trip is enthralled with creating the perfect captain's chair. Reed is fixated on updating security protocols. Phlox is engrossed in finding a cure for the common headache. And Archer is focused on writing the foreword to his father's autobiography, while Porthos is constantly barking for cheese.
Well, it's a good thing no one was masturbating.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Oops.
They rip it off.
They'd be raw.
Walking down the hall
so
with the look on your face.
with the sock that I just brought you.
Oh my God, that would be so bad.
Well, you said that they were working on edging, right?
Yeah,
that's what it was.
They
They're
probably
edging.
were. So, and she was immune to it. But the thing I thought this episode was started to show promise on how a little bit of sparkle on Enterprise and how it could be a better show. The acting I thought was deliciously in its execution of how people were descending a little bit into madness. I really like that part with Reed. It's like, how does this sound? With the weird alert sounds. Read alert.
Oh, no, that's
funny. That's too conceited. How we could do read alert?
That was so fun. And now it's red alert.
Yeah.
So they made read alert.
Is this where it comes from in the universe? It comes from him?
The red alert.
I love that the little jokes that they can do. The writers just throw in there on early prequel Star Trek. It's just like, really? Seriously, guys? Read alert. Oh my God.
That was perfect. That was hilarious. So awesome.
Buddy,
and then they changed it to red alert.
Yeah, they just dropped the knee.
I thought it was a reference to LeVar Burton, like read alert.
Oh,
Mini Rainbow.
Oh my goodness.
Read alert.
Now, if they said read alert and everyone dropped down and pulled out a book, then that would have been funny. But it would be only a deep cut. But then you have the whole thing with the chair. I'm going to have like a massager built in. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. And he was just going crazy on it. Yeah.
It was very important that he right at the top, the Archer says, look, you can purge the impulse manifolds any other time. Get the chair done first. And he's just following orders, Trip's just got to, okay, fine, I'll fix the chair.
To the letter. And an only thing for Hoshi to spin out a thing and it's like, how's this taste? That's a little too salty. Too salty? And she just would not stop. Everybody is starving in the mess hall and she just would not let it go.
Well, you guys better hope we don't come across a black hole and I start cooking obsessively. Otherwise, everyone's going to die.
Oh,
we'll just lock
please.
this,
So
just lock the galley. We'll just put just lock down the doors. She's in there cooking. Just leave her alone.
By the way, this is the first episode that ever showed the galley, the kitchen.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good pickup. You always give good pickups. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
So that was pretty cool. I wonder what the real chef was doing since he called out sick.
He was the one masturbating.
Probably he was the one in the back.
He was the one with the sock.
Oh, zucchini.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, eggplant.
It's like, is the chef okay? Wait, listen to his door.
He's chopping. It's a lot of chopping.
Mm-hmm.
Chopping that eggplant up.
The funniest things in this section just caught me. They're just oddball. I mean, insensato. Hoshi does not want to make orange spinach. I'm like, what? That's just like left field, right? And then she's all about her grandmother's recipe. And then the other thing that just caught me hilariously funny. Travis has a headache, so he goes to Phlox. Phlox is like, oh, you might have a headache. Oh, maybe it's something to do with your neural implants we had to remove. It could be a Turellian plague. That's how it starts with a headache. Right? It's just a headache. Phlox is like, oh my God.
It's I know.
It's just a headache, but Phlox is like ready to call the CDC in and take a look.
I want to do a vivisection on your brain.
What a thing to get obsessed about, where you want to do surgery on someone's brain. And we have another Easter egg. When they walked in to sickbay and Phlox was sitting there working on whatever it was.
What?
he mentions he was doing the Protositian spore, which is a reference to the caretaker on Voyager.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Once again, nice pickup. See, you get all the sciencey stuff. So why can't you get
credit.
Why can't you get like recipes for the food, right?
Because I steal from Memory Alpha and their recipes are horrible.
Steal from the best, not the worst.
Don't blame Memory Alpha for your horrid cooking.
No.
I just love at the end of the scene, Archer's dictating, he's voice chatting to his Alexa saying, reading the story, deleting the paragraph. He can't figure out what he's trying to say. The entire time Porthos is barking his head off at him. Nobody listens to the dog. If you're going to bring a pet on board, God damn it, you got to listen to it when it gets upset.
Seriously.
This is another time where Porthos just gets completely upset and knows something horrible is going on. Nobody's paying attention to Porthos. It's just so
He just wanted cheese. All he wanted was cheese.
No, Porthos is sitting there going, you guys are acting weird. Oh, by the way, I could use some cheese. But you guys are acting
weird. And give me the cheese.
Well, if no one has learned a lesson from any horror movie or Lassie, it's like, listen to the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Nobody listens.
Or don't run in the direction the rats are running away from. That's another one.
That's a good one.
Did you guys notice that the drill Trip was using sounded a lot like the drill a dentist's office uses?
Yeah. Is that why it sounded familiar? It's been a while because, COVID and, shutting down dentist's office and everything. I haven't got a lot of work done lately. If I smile at you, don't scream, okay? But you're right. It had that sound to it, didn't it? It's the most annoying sound in the world is somebody with the dentist tool going,
so
and it really upsets a Vulcan.
Yes.
Very sensitive hearing.
And the other sound, of course, is the spit sucker. And then they have to talk to you. So, how was your vacation? Oh, you went to a Star Trek convention. Now with it. It's just like, come on, dude.
Either that or you do sign language and flip them the bird.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust with the sharp
technically
implement
not
in my
sign
mouth.
language.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
It's a universal translator.
Yeah, it is. Universal, it is.
And you walk out of the dentist's office with an extra tooth missing.
Oops.
Did you guys, on this whole thing, did you guys notice that Archer's still a dick? Like, just want to point that out. For example...
No, he was obsessed.
He asked Paul to write it for him. Excuse me, you're trying to get Paul to do your homework?
That's true.
Well,
That's
no one was nice. I mean, Hoshi was kind of a bitch, and Trip was a dick too. So I mean, everyone was,
Yeah, everyone was doing a bad time.
You know what it is? I thought the crew had been in space for too long because everyone's period had finally synced up.
Okay. That's before they called it a red alert.
Oh, that I am not going to touch that one. No.
What was the comment I was going to? Oh, our friend who wrote in, Shawn, pointed out that Trip and Reed were still acting actually rather professional to each other. Even though everyone's driving everyone crazy, they actually had the most professional relationship between the two of them.
Oh, that's true. They did. He was like, also until he gets a little snippy, he's like, I don't have time to do the red alert thing because I got to fix the chair.
Lumbar support is very important.
This is true.
And a cup holder.
Cup holders are the most important.
You gotta have the cup holder.
I just picture him with like a big gulp.
That would be funny.
Or a Slurpee or something.
The bridge is real quiet.
Oh, jeez.
And they're in the middle of a shift and the bridge is like, everything's quiet and the machine don't start.
Just like the dentist office.
And they turn around and he's got the big cup straw.
What? I thought that was the sound Nathan makes when he bends over.
No. That is not the sound. You got it wrong. I'm not going to tell you what the sound is. But yeah, that was definitely a chance to see the actors being able to take their characters to the extreme. And they, I feel, had a chance to kind of showcase their talent as being actors. They actually had something they could really chew with it. I mean, with Archer being a little bit more dicky, with T'Pol being annoyed and realizing that even though she's a Vulcan and she's technically doesn't like humans, that something is definitely wrong. That people are getting snooty. Yeah, it did. Again, it's probably because they're humans. And she's like, what the hell is going on? I think
because she said, even for humans.
Well, I was just bummed that nobody was in their underwear.
Right. Yeah. So does this fall under that category of like all the other Trek episodes where like something weird's going on and everyone's crazy, like Naked Time or Naked Now?
Yep.
Like that. Okay.
And the thing that I thought when she finally, to me, what finally gave her to something was on that normally get along with everybody. Everything is rainbow and unicorn farts. Hoshi, when she asked for soup and she basically told her to get the fuck out of here. Leave me alone. And it's like, that's when she talks to Hoshi. It's like, I want soup. And she's like, no, I got to get this perfect. You can't get soup. So, yeah. And then she's like, that's not how she acts at home. Something is definitely going on.
She never has a second cup of soup at home.
I love the airplane reference. That's great.
So I thought it was definitely interesting. And what the hell is a plinko meat broth anyway?
A plomik?
Yeah.
That's a Vulcan thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Vegetarians like it too, because Vulcans are typically vegetarian.
Yes.
Well, remind me not to try that later. Okay.
Exactly.
I guess we can get ready to go to the next section.
Aye, Captain. Act 2. Excuse me? Are you the pod people? So T'Pol is the only one immune while the rest of the crew gradually gets worse. T'Pol figures out that the unusual radiation from the black hole may be causing it. She tries to get help from the crew, but their obsessions are escalating. Phlox prepares for surgery, wanting to cut into Travis's brain and take out samples to help him figure out headaches. Reed is armed, paranoid, and is setting annoyingly loud alarms throughout the ship. Hoshi is using up the ship's supply of fresh vegetables. Archer is torturing the lower deckers, forcing them to read his book, memorializing his father. And thank God the only thing Trip is fixated on is a 3D printing project of a chair.
That was the whole thing. And it's like, it's supposed to be a forum. And he had how many pages?
19.
19 pages forward. Oh my God.
That's
like a book. Yes. Seriously.
Yeah, that's like someone emailing you with a book and you're like, really? I got to read this? Are you kidding me?
Novelette.
I have been guilty of texting people like this, and it doesn't work well.
No.
That's why I never read your text, Rocky.
I know.
Oh.
And then what's really funny is that he goes to read it to Tucker, and Tucker just immediately in mid-paragraph tunes him out. It's like, dude, I got to do the chair. Leave me alone.
Working on the chair.
You know, it's like, wow. Yeah, all of them just really started losing it. Every single person, except for some reason, to Paul.
Well, Vulcans are more mentally disciplined anyway, so I mean, it makes sense.
Are Phlox and T'Pol the only aliens?
Yeah, but Phlox was also.
Yes.
Oh, because I've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes of Enterprise.
Oh, you lucky?
Oh, I know. I was like, seriously.
Yeah, right now it's just Phlox and T'Pol who are the resident aliens on the ship.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, they'll see other aliens, but yeah, on the ship, they're basically that's it.
And poor Travis.
Okay. And then because Phlox was affected.
Yeah, he was affected. And Travis was affected as soon as he sent him into a spiral that he's going to get court-martialed for.
Oh my God. The response is like, okay, well, at least let me give you something for the headache. And he's like, okay. Psst, knocks him the fuck out. Straps him in.
Roofies him.
That was so scary.
That was
so
fucking great.
Frightening.
Comically funny, but yeah, that is pretty scary.
As soon as
It
he
was like
said
a
that,
horror show.
it was, but as soon as he said, let me give you something for a headache, and it's like, yeah, no, I'll deal with the headache. I don't trust your ass right now.
Right.
It's like, I got some aspirin in my quarters. I'll be fine.
He's like going to scoop out his brains and have him with some, pistachio ice cream.
So
That sounds
scary.
good.
It'd be a great horror movie where the doctor just goes crazy and starts cutting everyone up.
I wonder how long that would last.
Everyone here got to a level where it was scary. Like Reed with his, firearm on the side and he's all paranoid. That's
open
scary.
carry. All the kids these days, it's open carry, bitch.
Hoshi using up all the vegetables, on the ship.
When she
Archer.
went full on, when Hoshi went, carrots! I was like, oh my God. And then she fires the subordinate dude.
But you realize what's going to happen the following week, right? Because she cooked up all the vegetables. The entire crew is going to be constipated because they got nothing left to eat but meat.
Is that when Reed invents the replicator?
Well, it's true. That'd be funny.
Or they make sure they have bidets in every room.
Oh, Dr. Phlox would be using rubber gloves a lot to get rid of the impacted colons.
Oh, yeah.
That would be pretty bad. But yeah, he's just like knocks him out, and to Paul, and the guy's like, the secret password. You could be a shapeshifter, and you could really be to Paul. It's like,
You mean you didn't get the new protocol that I just emailed you 5 minutes ago?
just now.
You didn't
5
sit down and read that.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
It's like you should have had your iPhone along with the work mobile iron attached to it. You should have got your email on your phone. But it's just,
It's like the most officey thing. Like, I sent an email. You didn't get it.
It was.
It doesn't matter if I sent
This
it.
meeting could have been an email.
It doesn't matter if I sent it 5 seconds ago and you were at the water cooler. But I think it's funny that T'Pol prefers to work from home.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Oh, yeah.
Because of all the
Yeah.
noise.
Well, after a pandemic, come on.
After all
and a
that
drill.
noise. All that stuff was going on. And then he's like, Captain's using a chair on old ships. He should have the latest chair. I'm going to give it
seriously, the Neptune class survey ship, really? A chair from that? Come on. Enterprise has got to have a chair, man.
It's like since the pandemic, you see all these chair commercials on TV. The new chair with the mesh back has lumbar support, massage, healing, heating, everything. Enjoy working from home. It's like,
You'll never want to go to work again.
And it's $2,000.
oh yeah, no
Yeah.
shit. No shit, really. So
I got to admit that if you can get work to reimburse you for a nice chair, go for it. That is so awesome. If you can.
They would have to be so nice to sign off on something like that.
Well,
Most
they were
places
really
are like,
nice.
deal with it.
and then the company closed, but I still got a cool chair.
Nice.
if you really
That's why
want
the
your
company
chair to
closed.
be really good, if you buy a chair and you want to upgrade its ability and make it really cool, immediately take off the wheels and put inline skate wheels on them.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You get
Is that why you're rolling down the corridors like that?
That's
For a little bit, you go down the hallway.
That's right. It makes it really cool.
So who started the race between you and the dots? You or the dots?
I will not answer that on the grounds it may incriminate me.
If you roll up in a hot rod chair next to a dot and it's got flames painted on the side of it, don't race it, okay? Just don't. It's too dangerous.
Roller derby dots.
I've actually even had the dots give the scream. So if you're in your room and you hear, you know they're racing. But it was a lot of tension on the ship as they start defending, going down the rabbit hole. I had jumped ahead. I realized this is where T'Pol asked for the soup, and she turns into no wire hangers. So yeah,
no soup for you.
She really loses it.
Hoshi's like, I'm busy. Make your own damn sandwich. I was just like, you just told the captain to make his own damn sandwich. Go, girl. I'm like, yes.
Nice.
Oh, that was funny. I forgot about that. Seriously.
T'Pol and Archer go in and they're like, we're starving.
You're quick on the uptake there,
just
Captain.
give us some food.
Thank you.
We just want some food. She's like, I'm still busy.
Like, the food is right there. The meat's right there. Make your own damn sandwich. That's like, holy shit. What the hell?
What every woman wants to respond to a guy.
That happens. It's like that woman that won the lottery. She comes home and tells her husband, pack your bags, won the lottery. He goes, pack it for where? We're going to Europe? We're going overseas? Where we going? She goes, I don't care where you're going. Just get the fuck out. So I guess we can
So
go
romantic.
to the next section.
Hi, Captain. Act 3. A sneak peek in the shower. T'Pol continues to try and get help, but everyone is either seriously affected or completely knocked out. So she goes to sickbay to see the doctor, but ends up Vulcan nerve pinching Phlox seconds before he cuts into Travis's brain. T'Pol analyzes the situation and finds a path out of harm's way, but she needs a pilot. T'Pol picks Archer to be her ride or die, but he's currently hungover at the moment. Time for some hot coffee, a cold shower, and a stimulating pep talk.
That was kind of cool that we get a chance to see T'Pol actually use. Is this the first time she used the Vulcan neck pinch?
I don't think it was the first time. No, I think she's done it before.
She's done it before in the show. But yeah,
we've never seen it being done on Phlox before.
No, because he was ready to lay him open like a fillet of fish. So,
he was going to slice her. Did you see the moment with the close up with the blades like an inch from her eyeball? And he's like, you're bothering me. You shouldn't be bothering me right now with that scalpel in my hand.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
That
was horror movie.
That was
so creepy.
It was.
Very terrifying.
It's like very quiet, but like sinister vibe.
Very sinister. And that's the kind of thing that
Like
that
a
dude
psychopath.
is so good at because he plays psychopaths. He's always cast
John
as a
Billingsley?
psychopath. Yeah.
Yep.
John Billingsley is so good at being a
He's a
fucking
great
weirdo.
psycho.
He's awesome as a weirdo.
What movie is he a psychopath? Because I'm going to watch that now.
I don't know. It's like every other one he's in.
He was on it. He was even went on a
Star Trek.
TV show too. He did just search IMDb. He did a TV show on a series. It was a sci-fi one where he was a psycho, but you didn't think he was until like the end part where they go in to try to rescue the girl and it's him. So it's like, oh yeah, he does a really good psycho. I will have to agree.
Your very first impression of him watching Star Trek, if that's your first impression, you're like, this guy's the coolest doctor on the planet because that's the character of Phlox. I'm the coolest doctor on the planet. Hi, guys.
Super hip. Yeah.
But
and then you watch Law and Order SVU Unit.
right. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I don't like to watch. I'm scared.
It's like it makes you not trust anybody, anything. Hey, I see you walking. You want to give me a ride so you can slaughter me? No, I'll walk the 100 miles. Thank you. So
That's anyone who lives in a city.
it was. What did you think about this section here with PsychoPhlox, dear Jeff?
Oh yeah, that was a great part, I think, and especially that when she does nerve pinch him, and then I know later when she says like, "Oh, I didn't think it was going to work because we don't know about your biology,
physiology.
if that's going to work." Yeah, but it did, and If I could ever be on Star Trek, I think I would want to either be like phased or like nerve pinched. That would be like the best way to go out.
You want to be a red shirt?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's awesome. I want to be a Dabu girl.
There you go.
I would
They'd have to have extra towels on the ship if I ever got on there and someone nerve pinched me, because I'd probably come right there.
Whoa.
No, it's
Mr.
higher where the shoulder meets the neck. They're pinching you in the wrong place.
Doesn't matter. Just the fact that I was on Star Trek and I got nerve pinched, I'd be like,
It's like, what happened to Patrick? His dick turned inside out and exploded.
It's like Ethan Hawke walked up to him to give him a nerve pinch and he sort of exploded.
Oh my God.
Be amazing.
That would be so bad.
You could just see him guest starring on an episode and the director's like, cut. He fucking came again. Could you please stop that?
They go enough pants.
Just pass out like normal.
Dude, you're killing the camera lenses. If you couldn't do it, at least turn the opposite direction. Oh my God. I don't know how the fuck it gets through the fabric. Just somebody put a shield in the front of him.
something.
But at least she's figuring out a way. And, most Vulcans, if they figure a way that they know, okay, I know how to fix this and I need someone to pilot the ship. And Travis is tied down like a turkey dinner. So what can I do? I'll go ahead. First off, you took him into the shower. It's not a sonic shower. And you got Archer.
I was checking out that shower. That was a cool shower. He had not only just the top, but if you watch in high definition, you look to the sides, he's got side jets too. I'm like,
I know.
Whoa,
Like a car
fancy
wash.
shower.
Right. Clean everywhere.
Did she really have to put him in the shower? Or was she just taking advantage of the situation?
How is she going to wake him up?
Seriously, she didn't take
she's
his
trying to
clothes
sober him
off.
up.
So she left his
Dude,
clothes
how
on.
many times have we see someone slap someone else to wake him up? Do they put them in the shower? No.
No.
She put him in the shower and immediately looked down.
You wanted to see.
He was clothed, so
Yeah. From what I
looking
do
down
know,
wouldn't do anything.
right? From what I do know about Enterprise is I'm surprised that they didn't strip him down just to show it.
Yeah,
You're
really.
Just to
right,
get
though.
someone naked.
Oh, you are right. You're
If it was
absolutely
to Paul,
correct.
they would have done it.
Oh, okay.
If it was to
If it was
Paul,
her,
they
then
would have done it.
of
It was
course.
to Paul put him in the shower, made him wet. She's like, outline. Mouse toe, moose knuckle. God, got it.
Cold water. It was cold.
It's cold water. Look at the turtle head. Yay.
I was in the ocean.
But she got him awake and he was grumpy. But even though she got him awake, he wasn't obsessing about the stuff he was writing. So I found that
No,
to be
he was
curious.
obsessing about her seeing his small thing in a cold shower.
Yeah, well, that's
He
the
had
first thing.
pants on. She couldn't see his thing.
We don't know what happened in between.
Come on. Star Trek pants are usually pretty tight.
You didn't see the uncut version of this scene where the first thing he said
You
when he
know, the
regained
porn
consciousness?
parody?
No, the first thing he said when he was unconscious is that the water was cold. You could at least had it warm.
Hey, he's wearing like a jumpsuit, and those things are snug.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's true. That's why I got to wear protection thingies. Okay, she gets him awake and she drags him over to say, "You gotta help me." And it's like, and Archer at least had the presence of mind and goes, "I'm fucked up. I can't do shit for you." And she's like, "You're the only one. You got to help me, Archer. You're my only hope." So.
Oh God! Don't be stealing Star Wars lines.
That's a Star Wars line?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, she could have said, "Maybe the Force be with you."
Oh, that's true. She could have done that.
What is this Star Wars that you're talking about? I don't understand.
It's just a
war.
small independent production that was in the 70s.
It's
Well,
war.
remember
Just one or two
Remember
films and
when-
it never took off.
Oh, okay.
Remember when the Borg went to war? That's what they're talking about.
It's a
Okay, that
war
makes total sense.
amongst
Yeah.
the stars.
Amongst the stars, like
Oh, so-
celebrities.
Yeah, it's the war. I used to watch that celebrity battle or whatever. Battle of the Celebrities.
Celebrity Deathmatch?
That's what it
Definitely,
was.
that was the best.
Yeah.
Those were
Oh, that
back
was
in the
so
day.
good.
Those were awesome, and
So
TV.
perfect.
In order to give ratings, they didn't give a shit about censors. Get all the swimsuits to be slightly see-through when they're wet, and put it on camera and make all of them low cut. So
Carl's Jr. ads back in the day.
Oh.
they exactly
Never look up catch up the same way ever again.
no. but he's gone now, so he can't direct them. A little fact trivia. If you like Wendy's, if you ever look at the Wendy's symbol, it spells out mom underneath her head to make you think of mom's cooking. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So let's go, I guess, to the next section now that she's dragged Archer by the hair to the bridge.
By the short hairs.
Hey, Captain. Oh. Act 4. Finally, arcade experience matters. Woohoo! Archer poorly plays asteroids, but luckily passes the level thanks to Reed's weapon obsession. As they distance themselves from the black hole, the crew slowly wakes up, and Trip's first thought is, did we get a selfie with the black hole? Travis is safe and his headache is gone. Phlox is awake and embarrassed. Archer is confused. Reed is thrilled that his tactical protocols are now standard procedure. And Trip finally finished with the captain's request by lowering his chair 1 centimeter.
It's funny how just a little bit can make a difference in that chair, because he's like, this feels great.
I think that's a bad design.
Yeah, it is.
If it's just 1 centimeter, it makes your chair like magic all of a sudden. There's something wrong with the design.
Yeah.
If his legs are swinging over the edge and then it like lowers that he could actually,
touch the
stand
floor.
on
I guess if your legs are hanging over the chair and not being supported by the ground, you get your legs fall asleep, and then you got nerve damage. And
is that a short joke?
Or you have to sit on the edge of the chair and cut off the blood flow to your balls.
Are you saying that Archer is a wee person?
I never seen the guy in person.
You're saying he's a wee person? He's like a leprechaun? He's short?
Hey, every centimeter counts.
Hey, shorty.
That's true.
Well, with Nathan, it's nanometers.
No. Mine's is a slide
nanites.
rule. It really gets bigger. But it's definitely that brings everybody back up. I mean, she was able to get him in control. That annoying alarm, which further woke his ass up, and all the weapons were online. And you're right. He basically Space Invaders. The only thing was missing was
Exactly.
And the little mothership going across. Yeah, that one too.
But they get out of it, and the crew gets back, and Phlox should be embarrassed, and he did look suitably embarrassed.
Yes, he did.
He acted that up.
It's like, oh shit. You know what I almost did? Oh boy.
It's like, I'm sorry. Here, you have a month's Viagra on me free. Don't worry about it.
Well, even Archer's like, when Archer was doing that, he said, I feel like I'm in flight school again. And my response was, what, hung over with a huge headache?
Yeah, I guess they did that in flight school.
What the hell were they doing in flight school?
Yeah. And then I like the look on Reed's face when he's like, my alarm thing worked. This is so cool.
He was so happy.
I love that they made his tactical alert standard procedure.
Yeah.
That's just awesome.
Yeah,
How do you not do
good.
that? Just like big attaboys right there.
Well, I mean, if it hadn't been for his red alert, then it wouldn't have been online. So
they wouldn't have phasers. They would have run right into that big asteroid and smoosh.
Yeah.
So basically, we wouldn't have had this standard procedure if they weren't near this black hole to get obsessed over that one little thing.
And that's the thing the writers do and make it canon in Star Trek. We're going to do a prequel. Guess what happens? We just invented the red alert. I'm like, you guys, come on,
They
really?
did it on purpose, because if they didn't do it, the ship would have been destroyed. It would have been no more Enterprise, and we would have saved Heather from having to listen to the song.
Exactly.
I thought it was funny, though, when he's telling him, like, make it a tactical alert or whatever. He's giving him order, but he's like, don't make it a battle stations. And I'm like, wow, Star Trek is so woke.
It's true.
They didn't want to make it seem like...
Whoa. I'm like, whoa, Star Trek is woke. I'm like, serious. Holy cow. Did you guys just see that?
Man, your battle stations.
They didn't want
woke
to
is
say
political. It has been from the beginning.
No, they didn't want to say battle stations for the simple reason it's not supposed to be a warship. Battle stations it makes it feel like a warship.
It doesn't sound right for Star Trek. You don't unless you're on a Klingon ship. It doesn't sound right.
No, in that case, they should just have on a, we're going to fuck some shit up. We're going to fuck some shit up. We're going to fuck some shit up.
That's what the red alert sounds like in Klingon.
Klingon alarm. Just translate it.
Do the phasers normally take time to warm up? Is that a
I've
thing?
not known that before, but I guess
the
so.
earlier ones did. Well, if you don't have the weapon systems online, it's like, oh, wait, we got to boot the computer up first. Beep.
Right.
Got to wait for it to
that's
load,
what
and the
it
BIOS
is.
loads, and then the Windows
But
loads.
somehow
and
he
then-
was able to cheat and make it insta-load. So
Yeah, I thought
Well,
that was cool.
as soon as they got hit, I think it knocked it into like the on position to start warming up the weapon. So by the time they get there, it's ready.
And read in an insta load. I mean, hello.
yeah, but nobody circled back to poor Porthos. Did he ever get his cheese?
Who cares?
Was the dog
Yeah,
affected?
You know what was really
No.
the crime of this entire episode? Still no cup holder on the chair.
None.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And what-
hashtag fail.
And what happened to Archer when he went back into the room that Porthos was in for the whole time with being gassy from eating all that cheese?
And it's pronounced Porthos. Porthos, not Portos.
He saw dog shit on his bed. Porthos was pissed, so he shat on his bed.
I'm telling you,
He did a herd on the bed.
Porthos wrote the preface to the book and hit send before Archer got back.
Nice. So was he not fed
Well, he gave him cheese.
No, he wasn't.
for like 2 days?
Probably.
Yeah, he probably had enough cheese.
I mean, it's not like he was missing a meal. I mean, he was a good sized dog.
Portly
You call
Porthos.
Porthos fat?
He's a portly
Hey.
Porthos.
You should see my cats. They're two of them are like almost 17 pounds, and they only get half a cup of food a day. So like, I don't know how the hell they got to be so fat, but they are.
Cats do that.
Porthos went up to the door and hit the handle, got out, and went over to Hoshi and said, "So you're cooking? What you got to eat?"
Yeah, she basically, everything she fucked up is like, this is not going to work. She just tosses it on the floor. Porthos is
Toss
like,
it to the dog.
yeah.
I just picture Porthos being like a secret undercover, some like random alien.
Time agent.
Section
Yeah.
31.
Porthos is section 31.
And he's like, fuck this. I'm going to go eat something. Yeah. He's like, screw this. They're all unconscious. I'm going to go eat.
That's right. We didn't see if Porthos go unconscious.
No, we didn't.
I wonder if
Again,
dogs were affected by the radiation like Vulcans. Maybe Porthos was fine the entire time.
No, he wanted cheese. He was
He was
pissed.
just
fixated on the
stuck
cheese.
in Archer's room licking his balls the whole time.
Is that what he was obsessed with?
Yeah.
So him and Chef were doing the same thing.
Porthos is related to the chef.
What's his face was talking about how he was, I forgot the comedian's name, probably accidentally on purpose, but he was talking about how he met Ron Jeremy, and that was somebody who used to be able to suck his own dick. And he asked him if he could still do it. And he says, no, I can't because my stomach got in the way. And so he says, think about this. He was a person who could actually suck his own dick, but sandwiches were better.
Yep.
So
That's really deep,
being
man.
able to lick his own nuts. I don't know.
Makes
if
you
that's a
think about
win-win.
it. Makes you think about it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to think about it.
No, I don't think so either. But this,
Yeah.
in my
I'm not going to
opinion,
comment.
Yeah. So who else is going to have nightmares this evening? Just me?
Right?
Well, Ron Jeremy now is just disgustingly gross, but I mean, even back in the day, he was gross, but he had a big old twang. So
Now he's
It's all
just gross. And he
Yeah.
still probably has a shrink.
he looks like one of
Well,
those
my
people
thing-
that hang out with a walker by the school in a raincoat.
Oh, jeez. And then he opens the raincoat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Aw.
My thing is they barely escape with their lives, and Trip is worried about not getting a selfie. And I'm like, you would be one of those dudes that would go up to a mountain and try to get a selfie and get too close to the edge.
Whoops.
And fall off. Yep.
Yeah.
He got a point, though. It's all about the science, really. At the end of the day, it's still about the science. And I kind of like
I thought
that.
you were going to say it's all about the selfie.
Hashtag selfie.
See, now this is the thing. But remember in the beginning, I was talking about why T'Pol didn't try to call for help or to get the thing out of the ship. Towards the end of the episode, when Archer was trying to pilot, made me realize they were actually heading along the event horizon almost of a black hole.
yeah, they probably wouldn't have been able to get communications out.
Yeah, and that's the only saving grace of that beginning part that I thought about. But I did really enjoy this episode a lot better than the earlier ones in this season because I love how the acting was done and the development of their characters, of taking the character to an extreme. They were still basically the character, but it was like in Bizarro Mirror Universe world, they were the worst parts of themselves being obsessed. And I kind of like that. Archer dived more into his dickiness, and you saw at
Oh
the
my
end.
God, yes.
And you saw kind of at the end that T'Pol and Archer are coming more on terms with things, which it starts to show promise of their relationship down the road, because in further seasons, they actually wind up having a really good relationship. But it's getting there.
Wait, wasn't she boyfriend, girlfriend with Tripper Reed?
Later on, yes, that does happen.
So she dates around?
No, not with Trip and Reed. It was wind up being with with Trip.
Yeah, she's with Trip.
Yeah, but the thing that happened...
technically it was with the clone, but that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
But Reed likes her, doesn't he?
Well, he likes any chick on the ship.
Yeah, basically, if she's got a pulse, he likes her. But
yeah,
but they did, and both actors expressed how displeased they were on how it was handled. Towards the relationship, and you're watching slowly, so we're not going to give you spoilers. So there's a whole big thing on it for later on down the road, but it does get better. Now, normally I go around and ask everyone what their opinion is, but I'm going to go ahead and ask our guests first. So Jeff, if you had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, what would it be? And please be advised, if you give the wrong answer, we are ready to transport you out into space.
Shoot you out in airlock.
You're going to give me back to the Ferengi.
One being the worst, one being the worst, and 10 being the best.
We will turn this ship around and beam you right back aboard that Ferengi ship.
Yes.
Damn it.
So here we go.
Well, shit.
No pressure.
No pressure. So again, I've only seen a handful of episodes of Enterprise, but with this one, I'm going to have to go with like a 3. I did not like it. Sorry. Because I don't like those episodes where like weird shit happens and the crew goes crazy. I'm like, it didn't.
Yeah.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance you're going to match Heather's score, and we're going to find out what that is right now. Heather?
Actually, yeah, you do, because it's a 3. I feel the same way. I don't. It felt like a filler episode where nothing was really happening except everyone is just focusing on their projects and going crazy. And I felt like, really, you're having 3 acts of this or 4 acts of this? Like, it just.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Like, there's individual. Like, I like the whole Phlox thing where he gets like super creepy and T'Pol.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Well, Billingsley
but overall,
is just
I'm like,
a hell
this
of
doesn't
an
matter.
actor. Yeah, Billingsley is just a really good actor. They can do a whole show focused on him, and it would like knock it out of the park. He's just really good at it. And how about you, number 1? What would you give it?
Well, probably a 5. I mean, it was much better than the last couple of episodes, but again, it does, like Heather said, it seemed kind of like a filler. Like, oh, what are we going to do for this? Let's just make everyone go nuts, I mean, and keep it all, on the ship and just
doing minimal tasks.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but it definitely wasn't the worst.
And how about you there, Chief?
I'm going to go 7.5, and I'm heavy on shows, so I give pretty high ratings normally. But I'd say 7.5 for this one. It felt like the writing staff got a little bit of that magic marijuana that they can't get in these early episodes, and they went, okay. He's obsessed with making the chair perfect. Ooh, that's good. And Phlox is trying to take the guy's brain out because he has a headache. Oh, that's awesome. It felt like one of those things happened to the writer's room, just a little bit. Yeah.
Like a Cheech and Chong movie.
Yeah. He's got no brain, so no headache. Perfect.
And what does Archer do? Oh, Archer's great. He's gonna write a preface for his dad's book. Come on, really?
Yeah, no, he's going to be a dick.
Let's have the dog do cheese farts and projectile diarrhea. No, can't get it past the sensors. Damn it.
Damn.
We could have done that.
That's in the cut version.
Oh, because I am a character study and I see how they were from start to finish, just on the strength of the acting and everything. I do agree the story had issues. I had some issues with the story, but on the acting part of it, just on the acting, I have to give it at least a 6 to a 6.5. I enjoyed seeing the way they're able to finally put their chops into their limits. I mean, that whole thing just with Dr. Phlox alone, all of a sudden give that weird, still serial killer vibe.
Like Anthony Perkins all of a sudden.
Yeah. Just out of the blue. You just don't expect that. It's like going to a clown in a circus, and it's like, oh, would you like this balloon? Yes, I will give you the balloon. It's like, what the fuck?
We all float down here.
Here, let me give you this pillow. It'll help you sleep forever. So, but definitely, I think about a 6.5. The show, again, it is picking up, in my opinion, at least from the acting. However, I just wonder, Patrick, what's the next week's episode's name?
Oh, good Lord.
No, I don't think it's Good Lord. Try
Yeah,
again.
they didn't do that in Star Trek. No. Usually they have questions about the Lord on Star Trek.
It's not like he doesn't ask you the same question every week.
Good
I
Lord.
know, but, let's see here. Hold on.
Good Lord. Jeez.
This sounds like our show where I asked David the same thing. He's like, what? What are we doing?
It is called The Vanishing Point.
Ooh.
And this is after Hoshi uses the transporter to avoid running into a storm. She starts to feel very strange.
Oh, it's a transporter accident.
She probably had one of your coffees there, Heather.
Those never happen.
Not on Star Trek. That transporter is a reliable piece of equipment.
If you ever want to see
Always.
overacting at its finest, see the Turnabout Intruder, where the woman takes over Kirk's body and becomes Captain Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
That
was a good one.
overacting was just, oh my God.
Well,
That's pretty-
she was probably, because she was in his body, she was like, ooh, penis.
There's one of my favorite
Let's
episodes.
play with this.
I think I've
That's
said
the
this.
last episode, right?
Yep, that was the last one.
TOS,
before it was
yeah.
And when
canceled.
William Shatner's like, this is gold. All that other stuff sucks, but this is gold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No shit.
This is what Gene wants.
Gene wants me to overact and stamp my foot and saying, "This is my ship."
I tripped out on
have a
the
girl in my body playing with my wiener.
what Gene Watts thing because Gene Roddenberry wasn't involved as much in the later episodes of Star Trek.
no.
So the weird ones that I definitely remember when you get like half a face on one guy, that's the other half is black and half is white. Trippy shit like that made us go like, wow, Star Trek's really fucking cool. And Gene
I was going to
Roddenberry-
say, what the fuck?
That
Well,
was
we
let
said
this
that
be the
too.
last battleground.
Yeah, we said what the fuck too, but that wasn't one of Gene's. Gene Roddenberry wasn't. He wasn't even a writer half the time. He was
No.
more of just a producer. I mean, he would
yeah.
rewrite stuff.
Yep.
He'd take somebody's script and rewrite it all the time.
But Fontana did a lot of the rewrites.
A lot of fascinating things you
Yeah.
learn when you start reading about the history of Star Trek.
Yeah, Fontana
And,
did a
would-
lot of the rewrites. And just like the one that won the Emmy, which is The City on the Edge of Forever, he really didn't have anything to do with that one. That was, what's his face? Ilsen's child. And the way he wanted to do it, where it took all the budget for the entire show for the next 3 years. And so he got pissed that they brought it down.
Harlan
Yeah.
Ellison, was that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Harlan
He was-
Ellison.
Yeah, he was
Harlan.
really fucking upset at what they did to that episode.
Yeah. Because
And you read the story about the kind of things he had planned in that episode, and they're like, "There's no fucking way we'd have been able to do
no,
that
they
show."
wouldn't have been able to do it that way, but it still run a lot of, and the strength of the acting again is because they had Patrick, help me, I see her face on Dynasty, the woman that
Collins?
plays Kayla Theater. Thank you. Joan Collins, the strength of her acting in it as well. It was a really good episode, but he did check out, and it's because
Yeah,
he
it's-
kept
it's
fighting with the
interesting.
studio. The studio didn't feel like dealing with Gene anymore.
Oh, it's very interesting to see all this and the way even a lot of the writers reacted to being rewritten all the time. Nowadays, it's like they just kind of throw shit out and whatever ends up sticks in the script, and they're like, okay, on to the next one. But those they have writers' rooms now full of writers writing shit. And back then, it was like, we got to get a script. We got a script from this one guy. Okay, this one guy sent the script in. Let's read it. Okay, we got to change this. We got to change that. We got to change this. Can't do that with the budget. Okay, we're going to fix this, and fix that. And then eventually, it doesn't look anything like the original script, and they get all upset over it back in the day. It's kind of interesting to see how they reacted back then.
No, they even had a fan that wrote in the script for the show, and they actually used it because it was that good,
Nice.
So, but that was for back then. So, but now Trek is really good, and a lot of people, I give Gene a lot of credit for starting Trek and everything he's done, and I give his son credit, even though people said that he didn't realize that he wasn't a fan until he realized he had money. Doesn't matter. It keeps the fandom going. And Gene, above all, not only was he a writer, he was a business person. The Vulcan symbol of IDIC, he created so he could sell it. That's the
all
only
about the
reason
money.
why that symbol was there. And the
Oh,
theme
so
song,
he's like
Amazing.
Cochran.
yeah, well, the theme
Exactly.
song to Star Trek also, he wrote words
Oh,
for it.
God.
And the only reason why he wrote words.
That is the most amazing business hack.
Yeah, and in order that if the song ever made money, that he could get a part credit on it.
So he snitched in on the rights to the song because he wrote lyrics for it.
He wrote lyrics for it. So it's
really interesting. At some part, Gene Roddenberry was definitely part of the Ferengi because some of the shit that went down on the business practices, you just look at and go, really? This is the show I grew up loving to death because it was so awesome and free thinking. This is the shit that went down? Yeah, that's what actually happened behind the scenes. It's like, wow.
If you ever want to see a lot of the stuff that happened, there's a series of books out there called These Are the Voyages, and they go by episode by episode on the whole process of writing it, getting the stage, the trouble they had with getting the videos done and the coloration and what went on with Desilu Studios and the ratings. And it's really, really a good read.
Highly recommend it because he recommended it at the beginning of our podcast, like back in the day when we started like 2 years ago. And I read through these books and they're fascinating. They really are. It's just amazing.
And so when you watch them, you get a chance to picture what actually happened to get that show on there. So like when Shatner started gaining weight, what they did is to get it under control. They invite him to watch the dailies and you'd see his stomach peeking out of the uniform.
And that's why he doesn't watch shows anymore because he sees himself on the screen and goes, I don't need to see that on my screen. Thank you.
So
I'll just do the acting part.
And he would say, like, they're shrinking my shirt. It's like, no, they're not, dude.
No, you're just a fat ass.
So it's really kind of cool.
Happens to the best of us.
Jeff, thank you so much for allowing us to rescue you and for also having Heather on your show. When can people
it was so
hear
much fun.
Yeah, no, of course. Then thank you so much. You guys are a blast and you're welcome back on our show anytime.
Hey.
Thank you.
Ditto, you guys can come on our show.
I'm sorry. Yes. No, what she said. You can come back anytime you want. Yes. Just don't always let us rescue you.
Perfect. I'll make a clean escape and we'll just relax.
And when can we hear Heather's show?
When does this episode come out?
Monday,
Tuesday. So this week her episodes will come out Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh, cool.
Good timing. Yeah.
When I see it on Twitter, I'll retweet it and everything.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and I'll tag you guys.
Retweeting.
Oh, cool.
And we'll put it on the show link. And we'll put it on the show.
She twats a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, oh my God, we thank God no kids are listening to this.
I'm twatting.
Thank God I can edit the end of the show.
You know, and there's going to be a link in the show link. You realize he can cut your whole channel out.
Yeah, but he can just, point me out to say something bad at Vegas and I'll end up locked up with a Ferengi somewhere.
No, that's true.
True.
They're going to be looking for you anyway. They'll follow the snail trail. So make sure you put that thing in the sheath. So again, Jeff, it was indeed a pleasure for you to have you on board. I have an important question though. Where do you want us to drop you off?
Whatever pleasure planet you want. I'm feeling
Free
lucky.
Cloud.
Oh wait, that's right. Have you ever gone to Free Cloud?
There was one incident, but I'll try it again. I can't talk about it.
Well, we can send him over to Quark's
Moon. There's an NDA
moon.
involved.
We can send him to Quark's moon because Quark bought our entire moon.
I'm good with Quark. We're friends. We go way back.
Okay, well, that'll work. All right. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you, all of our listeners. We appreciate you.
All four of you.
Also, if you are feeling gracious.
And Shawn.
Yes.
Hi, Shawn.
Hi, Shawn and
Can't
Dom.
forget Dom.
And
Even
also,
Shawn knew the shit out of Dom. I'm just like,
Pimpin'
really?
that
This is the
hoe.
thing we got going. Man.
That was so cool.
I feel like the old show. There's like, thank you, all of our listeners. I see Dom pimping that whole Lana, Shawn, Jeff, so that is so cool. Thank you. And also for the donations. It really does help to keep us going. Also, we have our swag. The gift shop is open on the lower decks. We have merch. So if you want to find anything, just go ahead and look at our show notes and you'll be able to see all kinds of nice stuff.
Just go to the webpage, sir. The webpage, starfleetunderground.com.
Webpage has it too, yeah.
It says merch right there on the top.
So here you go. Go ahead and get now. It says merch, not Mex merch. So there's all kinds of things that you can buy on there. And the proceeds go to a little bit of keeping the
Beating the tribbles.
fed.
And neutering them.
And also, that reminds me, I need to set up nude photo shoots again pretty soon for you guys.
For the tribbles?
And be careful where you leave your iPad lying around, because I left my iPad the other day just lying around and then discovered a couple tribbles on it, and they were tweeting out the Patreon.
Yeah, they got to be careful of that. Also, I still can't find my tripod there, Rocky. So you're going to have to limber up that member so we could use it. Okay. We have that little device that could put it right on the top. And as long as you don't move it, it'll balance right there and we can get the shots off. So thank you. I think that's it. I'm prolonging getting out of here because I've enjoyed this show so much. You were an awesome guest, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. No, yeah. And like I said, you guys come on our show, please. You are always welcome.
Well, believe me, Patrick will definitely come on your show as soon as he brings the thing out.
Is there anything that Patrick won't come on?
I don't know.
Eileen.
That's why we got him a sock.
Nathan.
Nice.
No, never.
Nathan, Heather, Rocky.
No, so it never worked. So wait, if you really
I am single, so if you, I'm open to it. So,
well, I mean, I see on your Twitter page that it says buy pan. So,
I am.
Who knows?
I'll try anything 5 or 6 times.
There we go.
Depends on how many drinks we have in Vegas. No, Patrick doesn't drink.
Yeah, I don't drink.
This connection was made here on Starfleet Underground. So
hey, what happens at Star Trek stays at Star Trek.
Yeah.
Right?
Unless there's any type of offspring involved.
That's true. Salamander babies. Sorry.
Oh my God.
No,
We're not going to
10.
go up that warp 10. No, that's not going to happen.
That's a whole different show.
Oh, yeah. Not going to happen. So thanks everybody for joining in and listening to the show. Please remember to subscribe. If you just pop into YouTube, just go ahead and hit that subscribe and notify. It'll help us get more exposure. We're out there wherever you listen to your normal podcasts. If you found us in one meeting and prefer another, we're on SoundCloud as well as Apple iTunes. You just go to your Apple device and say, hey Siri, play this latest episode of Starfleet Underground. And we'll be right there. So thanks everyone for joining us. And please just don't have a great week, but make it so.
And if you can, support the show by going to patreon.com/Starfleet Underground. Lots of perks to choose from, and you might even like some of them. Starfleet Underground, beaming into a podcast feed near you. Log on to our website at starfleetunderground.com and send your comments and questions to thecollective@starfleetunderground.com. Follow us on Twitter at StarfleetUnderG and on Facebook and Instagram, we're Starfleet Underground.